I'm not going to stand over here and pretend like I know how much money the individual Eric Holder actually has. But I am going to tell you this. I don't think it's enough to pay Christopher Darden to be his attorney. Me and the Notification Gang would like to invite everybody to come join us Monday through Thursday, 9:20 to 10 o'clock for morning coffee, where we discuss the events of the prior day and also just talk mess about stuff. See you then. BBN, Jack Frost. What's up, party people? Aight, so yeah. So apparently Christopher Darden has decided that him trying to get O.J. Simpson locked up, not saying that O.J. didn't do the crime, but saying that the black people in his community did not want O.J. Simpson to go to jail for various reasons, and therefore there were many people that said O.J. innocent. And Christopher Darden was one of the black people that decided that he was going to work on the case, but in the position of trying to get O.J. Simpson to get in jail, to be incarcerated. So with that being said, just so we could also be clear before we go into this case, into this particular story any further, speaking about Nipsey Hussle and the individual that is being accused of murdering him, and how Christopher Darden is now the individual that will be retained as his attorney to make sure that to attempt to prevent him from going to jail, just so we could be totally clear and on the same page. Christopher Darden knows that he does these things. Okay, so before we really get all the way into it, just so everybody can know, there's this term allegedly that is being used by people, I guess, in that particular community or in the law community. I mean, I'm not 100% sure. This is the first time I've heard about it, but there's a term being used called the Darden dilemma. And basically, that's when black prosecutors have a name, right? Black prosecutors are trying to get black people in their communities locked up. It's called the Darden dilemma. It's like you're part of the DA, but you have to go be in the courtroom to get somebody locked up, and they're also black. And it's like, it's called the Darden dilemma. And just so we could also be clear on this, Darden wrote a book called In Contempt in 1996, and I think he might have been the one that actually coined the phrase the Darden dilemma. So yeah, that happened. Anyway, so there is a group of people that ever since Nipsey Hussle was murdered, they believe that this was an organized killing. They believe that there was a person, that they are people or an organization that is behind the death of Nipsey Hussle. For whatever their reasoning was, they wanted to have him killed. A lot of people believe it is because of the documentary that he did on Dr. Sebi. I always say the name wrong. Sebi, we'll say Sebi. A lot of people believe that it was on a documentary that he was involved in, involving that particular gentleman, because it was speaking on the cure for AIDS. For everybody that don't know, Dr. Sebi has said that he cured, at least last I heard, 13 people of the actual AIDS virus. And then at this point, that's when the government had actually took him to court and said that he was, I guess, practicing medicine incorrectly or something, and he actually won the case and proved everything right. So I don't even understand why people aren't taking his regimen, or doing whatever he had been trying to administer to other people to get them to get to be cured of AIDS. I mean, I don't understand, and that's kind of scary too, because that means that, because he's a holistic doctor, so that means that there's a good chance that there are a lot of people who actually, if what he's saying is correct, there could be people who would actually have caught AIDS and accidentally treated themselves. Just think about that for a minute. There are people who actually caught the disease and could have possibly accidentally been treating themselves just because they already lived, a certain type of life. So I don't know. That's one thing to think about. Anyway, so Christopher Darden is now the defense attorney for Shitty Cuz. I don't know how dude runs around with that name, but he's now the defense attorney for Shitty Cuz, otherwise known as AKA Eric Holder. And a lot of people want to know, how can he afford to pay for this particular attorney? Because let's just keep it a stack. Obviously, any attorney involved in the OJ case, in order to get them to work on one of your cases, you're going to have to spend a lot of money. So nobody knows who's paying for this guy's bills. Nobody knows who's paying for the bills. I doubt very much the people from the hood that he came from is paying for these bills. And sometimes you could just look at a guy and say he doesn't go many. He doesn't leave the block much. So there's a good chance that there is somebody that is financing his defense team, and that's one of the I'm not even gonna call it conspiracy theories at this point, because somebody is financing his defense team. I mean, to think that no one isn't, that means that Christopher Darden just decided on his own, I'm gonna go take this unwinnable case that can only mess my career up even further. So I doubt very much that was his input, his outlook on the situation. I don't know. Could have been. Who am I? Anyway, just so we could be clear, Darden didn't know any actual lawyers. For as long as anyone can remember, Darden had been saying that he was going to be a lawyer someday. Growing up, I'm guessing. So to know that you wanted to be a lawyer your whole entire life, and then you get to, the pinnacle of your expertise or your profession, and first you go to court involving OJ, and you lose that case, which was probably, for a lot of people, like shooting fish in a barrel. A lot of people thought it was shooting fish in a barrel. You are on the prosecuting team that loses that case, and then in addition to that, now you're taking this case. It's just really hard to tell. He seems like he is absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, I don't really want to say traitor, but it seems like he definitely works for some machine somewhere. It just does. I mean, I could be wrong, obviously. And with that being said, I'm guessing that a lot of people feel like they've been vindicated, that tried to go on and say that this was a hit, that this man that decided that he was going to pull the trigger and kill Nipsey Hussle, that he got these orders from high up. I guess they feel vindicated. Because at this point, to be perfectly honest with you, it seems like the case is that there might be somebody trying to now protect Shitty Cuz. Before we go out, there's one more thing that I want to say. I just want to make this very, very clear. When you have a situation like we currently have with a Nipsey Hussle, somebody that wanted to do so much for the community, who was absolutely at that time doing a lot for the community, as as we lost him, he was already doing a lot for the community. This is a fact. And then you have them have an untimely demise, and then you have the individual that is being accused of murdering them, and then you have him all of a sudden get a very capable attorney. Even though he lost in the OJ case, Christopher Darden is a very capable attorney, and he wouldn't have been on the OJ case in the first place for the defense if he wasn't. Then you have a very capable attorney come out of nowhere and decide that he's going to defend him in what could possibly be a no-win situation. It just seems like there is a lot of money behind this particular hire, and like they really want to create a situation. It's just my opinion. where no matter what happens, they want to be able to say, look, we did everything for you, young man. We did everything for you. We did the best that we could. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I got on this one. I'm out. If you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. If you would like to help dictate the direction that this channel takes, please leave a comment. All comments are appreciated, whether positive or negative. Thank you very much and enjoy your day. And remember, positive thoughts cause for positive things to happen. Let's get it.